There we go. And we are live on Facebook. Okay, great. How are you guys? How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Thank you. And you guys?
I'm good.
Welcome to SSI Facebook. It's a small world on our SSI Facebook, but it gets spread far away. So that's really nice. It's always nice to share. I love these because we started them last year when COVID started. We started these live talks, and since then, to meet so many people from all over the world, it makes me so jealous because then you talk to the Solomon Islands, you talk to Argentina, and they tell you all about the most beautiful things in the world, and you just like, especially because we were in lockdown, I'm just like, wow, I'm in my house. It makes you almost jealous, these talks. But at least traveling is starting again. Can you travel to Egypt now? Tell me a little bit more.
Yeah, it's actually
nice.
Working quite well at the moment, and especially when you're vaccinated, you don't even need to go into quarantine afterwards. We have a lot of planes coming in, especially from, I can tell from Switzerland, we have, I think, almost every day planes coming. And, yeah, it works quite well.
That's awesome. So you really have customers and things like that. That's nice.
Yeah, we are the same also. We now get some even Germans and some from Switzerland as well. And yeah, it's a getting started again.
That's awesome. No, that's really nice. That's at least something.
And some from Switzerland as well. And, yeah,
very cool. That's awesome. That means that you at least get to work again. I mean, it's been such a strange year. How has the year been for you? Have you had people come, or is it come and go and then nothing and starting again? Or how was the year for you guys?
So for us, we were fully closed, our base. We had some work in our other diving center. We have also another base in Abu Dhabi, Marsa Alam. We had it open since March 2021. But for diving flamenco, actually we were closed, which was really, really rough time.
I can imagine. That sounds rough. It's been a long year and difficult year, especially for the industry. I mean, for the whole of the tourism industry and everything. It's been difficult, I guess. Yeah, shame. But we're getting back. We're going to go back on the road. One interesting thing I've learned from talking to all these centers. I mean, we do all these service center meetings and all of that. In the countries where it starts up again, and like Israel was the first ones, and now Egypt, and most of diving has more demand than ever. People really want to dive. They want to experience something after being locked up at home. People really want to experience and have fun. So that's really cool. I think so. You're gonna have to probably work a lot harder than you did before very soon.
Yeah, and we are ready for it. We missed it.
Yeah. How about you, Tanja? Are you ready also?
Yeah, we are ready, and we were quite lucky also during the last year, because we could already open a year ago in July. So we are already fully open since 1 year. So we were super lucky, and we had a lot of Swiss guests here all the time. They were the only ones which were allowed to travel. And yeah, it was, for us, we were really lucky to have divers here.
That is amazing. That's
Swiss
really
guests,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Wonderful. Okay, I'm going to just wait 1 more minute. We're going to let a few more people come in. We already have about 50 people almost in the room, which is really nice. Welcome everyone that's out there. We're going to wait a little more, and then we're going to start our talk today about becoming, well, the road to becoming a dive pro. So we're going to talk about all the different things you need, specialties, and how you end up becoming a dive pro, which is great. Okay. Longer. Okay, and I see it is now 5 o'clock Central European time, 5 o'clock in Egypt as well. It's always nice when there's summertime in Europe, because I mean, I also generally live in South Africa, and it's the same time, straight down. So Egypt, South Africa, Europe, all the same. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to the newest edition of Scuba Sunday. Scuba Sunday, as you all know, is our edition of the SSI talks to all the people around the world. We want to share with you, we want to share with the end consumers, we want to share with the divers out there our passion of diving. And today our topic is your road to becoming a dive pro. So we're gonna hear all about becoming a dive pro. What do you need to prepare? What are your specialties? How can you become a dive? Well, how can you work towards becoming a dive pro? How can you prepare? And that's really an important topic. But the great thing about what we're talking today is if you don't want to become a dive pro, all of this applies to you as well. That's the beauty of a specialty system. Today with me, I have two wonderful people, both based in Egypt. First, I've got Tanja and Mohamed. So welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for the invitation.
So I'm going to jump straight on in. By the way, everybody listening, you can, of course, ask your questions into the chat. I'm monitoring the chat right here. So I'm going to be asking the questions, forward them to our guests if you have them. Otherwise, if you're watching the replay, you can also still ask your questions in the chat. We will be coming back to the chat over the next few days, see if there's any questions, and we will still be answering them for you. I know a lot of people, you know, it's Sunday afternoon, people are at grandma's house eating cake, at least my whole family is. So they might not be watching right now. Okay, I'm going to jump straight in. Tanja, tell us a little bit more about yourself and where you are.
Yeah, so thanks for that. My name is Tanja Eichenberger. I'm 36 years old. And I started quite early with diving. I was 11 years old when I started diving. And I knew already then that that's my way, what I'm going to end up doing for a long, long time. And now I'm here in Egypt in the Extra Divers Officer and the dive center manager here. And yeah, it's really nice to talk to you guys today here.
Yes, sorry, I guess there was a quick
froze, yeah.
Stuck. So continue. I was stuck, I'm sorry.
Never mind. All good.
Okay, Tanja, did you already finish? Continue. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Mohamed.
So my name is Mohamed Aish. I'm 32 years old. I started diving in 2007, started with open water, then advanced open water and so on. And then I changed my hobby to a career at 2011 after I had my Bachelor of in Commerce. 2011, I made my dive master course, and then I continued my way till now. I am SSI instructor trainer and also the technical manager for Diving D in Flamenco in Egypt. Beautiful region.
Beautiful region. Yeah, we were talking to all the audience out there. We were talking before. Tanja and I actually almost met each other before. We were working in the same resort just after each other. The world is very small in diving, but still so big and beautiful. Okay, I'm going to come back to you, Tanja. So how did you actually end up becoming an SSI professional?
I did a crossover. So I was first, I started with CMAS. I was a CMAS instructor. And then in 2012, I did my crossover. I had an amazing crossover. It was a 3-day crossover with Andreas Swiss. And yeah, I learned a lot, all the things to know about it. And from there I started and stuck with SSI.
Never looked back since. That's beautiful.
No.
Oh, we already have a question from the audience. The question is 49 years too old to become a dive pro? Mohamed, what do you think?
Not at all.
No,
not
definitely not.
Definitely not.
That's when life is starting, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
I'm still waiting to get there to start my life at 49. It's a great opportunity now to change your career still. Especially now, I mean, there's so many people trying to change their career. So this is a great opportunity. So Mohammed, tell me, how did you end up becoming an SSI Pro?
So 2011, I made my PADI dive master training, and I worked for a very big SSI diving center in Egypt, even it is the biggest. And I was lucky that I could cross over to SSI.
Yeah.
And from then, yeah, I did like how the education system works. And also the manager was an instructor trainer, and he helped us so well that he just showed us how it works. Also, he showed us the website, and we could follow how it is so easy and professional. 2015, I met my instructor, my ITC, and I passed. And then I moved to work with Diving Deep Flamenco. And because we have 3 diving centers in Egypt, it was a very good opportunity for me that I could teach a lot of professional programs. I could teach a lot of dive guides also. And then I had the opportunity then to join. I fulfilled the requirement for the instructor trainer. And then I joined the ITS 2017. And from now on, I'm just teaching people how to be a SSI professional.
So Tanya, do you feel comfortable with going from one agency to another, or would you suggest to the audience to maybe start and stick to SSI?
For sure, it's much easier if you stick to one agency, if you start straight away with SSI, because then you grow up in the system, you know all the little knickknacks, you know how everything works, you get familiar with the app, familiarized with the app. So yeah, I think it's the better way, I think the easier way if you just really know your stuff afterwards.
Yeah, definitely. I fully agree. I think it's obviously the easiest way you can, and you have the opportunity, and you're thinking about starting diving now and becoming a pro. The easiest way is to start with SSI and stick with it, because you really do, like Tanya said, you learn so much. But on another hand, if you have already started diving, it is no problem at all, especially in the recreational levels, to just sort of switch. You don't have to usually redo anything. You can just go and continue with an SSI. And so you don't have to, if you're already a diver, start with SSI, but it's obviously going to make your life a bit easier. Okay, Mohammed, tell me a little bit, why do you think starting your career and starting off with SSI is such a great option?
So if we talk like example, let's talk about Egypt. Egypt is one of the biggest and also the busiest dive destination in the world. If we talk about number, here in Egypt, we have 265 diving center. We have 144 safari boat, and we have like 472 dive guide, 1,570 dive instructor, as they are registered in the Chamber of Diving and Water Sports. So you can see that it's just big market. And just I want to tell you that just to know that we as Diving Deep Flamenco, only one diving center, we already issued in 2018 66 dive leader certification, as well as 2019 we issued 73 dive leader certification, which you can see people like how it goes with SSI. People, so they just come to us to see the education system, to see how it works. SSI makes the life for professional easier, because like in a place like Egypt, you need to fill tanks, you need to get the transfer, the classrooms. Is a bond between the dive professional and dive centers. It's a great. You just you will be only concentrate how to build some really professional and quality diver, and the diving center will provide everything just to make your life easier. I think this is the evaluation system which we have in SSI only. It is really great. This is what I really like in SSI. So people, and also we have really good reputation here. Example, in Egypt, we have really good reputation. The monitor system, the quality management, it's really great also. And that you just you can track how the quality of your dive professional goes, how you can also evaluate yourself, how you go, and which I really, really like in SSI. And I think this is really, really great points that it makes the SSI the right career path for professionalism.
And I 100% agree. And I mean, me also, I've been working all over, and being within SSI, you also learn about opportunities. And I think in today's world, where even unemployment or people wanting to change careers, such a big deal, I think thinking about becoming a dive professional is actually a very good idea, because you have job opportunities worldwide. And we've talked about this. Tourism is opening back up. People want to really have adventure. So diving is the way to go. If you're looking for a new opportunity, if you look to like get out of your day-to-day life, becoming a dive pro is a really good option. So everybody out there watching, thinking maybe, even if you're not a diver, take a course, go into your next SSI training center. There is job opportunities with SSI worldwide. We have thousands of instructor positions open, looking for people, desperately looking for instructors. So it's really amazing. And so you have a job opportunity that lets you also get around, which is so beautiful. Yeah, 100% agree. Thank you, Mohamed. It's the beauty of diving. Okay, sorry, I have to just get back into my questions here. I jumped away. Okay, Tanja, tell me a little bit more about the steps you need to become a professional. Like, what do you think are the most important courses to take before becoming a dive pro?
So there are actually quite a few specialties on the way which you need to become a pro. And with which one you start, it doesn't really matter. It depends a little bit on where your interests are, which dive spot you probably can dive. So in different areas, you have different options for specialties. Yeah, a good option is for sure to do your deep specialty, your navigation specialty. There are some really important ones, especially when you want to become a pro. So yeah, there are quite a few different ones which you need. Also, you need to have the night dive, you need to have the stress and rescue sooner or later, and then you just go from there.
Yeah, 100% agree. So Mohamed, if I come to you, I am now a new diver, and I want to ask you the question, hey, I'm an open water diver. What do I need to do? I'm coming to you. What do I need to do to become a pro? Which specialties do you suggest? What is the first step?
The first step, so the requirement for dive guide program in SSI, you need to have navigation, you have to be a diver stress and rescue diver as well. You just have also make night dive and deep dive. I would suggest to start with navigation. You need some navigation skills to be a really good dive guide, as well as you need also to be really good in diver stress and rescue. Diver stress and rescue program, you just learn a lot of skills, how to deal with the stress, how to deal with panic. And this is, no one is immune. You will have these divers, of course, in your life career. So this I always recommend to make diver stress and rescue. And this is actually one of the most and important programs that it should be really built in good quality, that you could say, I am really a good professional, or I'm really good dive guide.
100%, 100%. Stress and rescue to me also. Stress and rescue, React Right, are the ones that really you have to put in the work. You can't skip out on anything.
It's milestone.
You shouldn't skip out on anything on any specialty, of course. But there's a few specialties out there that are a bit simpler and that are a bit more difficult. Yeah, 100% agree. So Tanja, tell me a little bit more. What's your favorite specialty?
I really like the stress and rescue. It's also a really nice course to teach. It's a really nice course for the students. And I also really like the deep dive specialty. That's also one of my favorites.
So why would you say deep diving is a good one and one that you like so much?
You go step by step. You slowly go a little bit deeper. You learn the different steps. It's also like you plan on how to do a safe deep dive. So you learn all the aspects you need to consider about your air consumption. It also, you need some navigation towards that. If you just go deep and you don't know where you go, it doesn't work as well. I just like to get the divers comfortable with going step by step a little bit deeper, that they know what they're doing, and it's a fun course to teach.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. I really love deep diving, and people usually think that there's a lot of people that come to you and they say, I don't want to dive deep. I'm scared of the deep or whatever. Then actually right then, deep diving is one of your best opportunities because you learn more about it. Doesn't mean that you have to go to 40 meters on every single dive of your life. That's not what the deep diving specialty is about. It's to be more aware, to learn more about depth and what can happen at depth. So you feel more comfortable. So if on a regular basis in warm water, you go to 26 meters, now you are 100% comfortable at 26 meters. Doesn't mean that for the rest of your life, every dive needs to be a 40-meter dive and always push to the limit. Even if for the rest of your life, you only want to dive to 15 meters, doing a deep dive specialty will still give you so much more comfort in your diving abilities. And it just makes you a stronger diver, 100%. So Mohamed, what's your specialty, favorite specialty? Is it, don't tell me.
If it's not teaching, it's not teaching pro. So I would say photo and video. Because actually I do like photography, and I can really give more. I can give really a lot, and this was my passion, and I really like it. So that's why I love when someone say, "Come, I want to make photo and video." It's like, oh, now I'm enjoying.
And I think photo and video is actually, it's funny, it's not a mandatory specialty in any way. But yes, if somebody is interested, it's such an important course because photography has some theory to it. Once you know it, it's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But if nobody ever tells you, then you're going to take not so great photos. I'm not going to say bad photos, not so great photos for the rest of your life.
It's a combination also of the skills underwater plus how good you are in photography on land.
Yeah, I think, and a good thing to mention, underwater photography should probably always be combined, or you should have, it's not a mandatory minimum requirement, but it's always great to have perfect buoyancy before that.
You're right.
If you don't know if you're not good with your buoyancy and you want to take photos, that's just, it's going to be difficult for you, let's say it that way.
Yeah.
So when you teach photo, this is actually, we're going to do a live talk about photography very soon also, but I know there's a lot of photographers that think they need the most expensive gear and need to throw on 50,000 euro just to start taking underwater photos. Do you have a tip there about cameras and what do you need and what do you?
No, it's not. Yeah, some people think that you just to make nice and beautiful photos, you need the gear of this brand and with this high expensive strobes, but it's not for the beginning or for, you just need to know about some factors, how the light approach your object and where to stand, where to shoot. And this is what we already teach in the photo and video specialty. So you could do it with just a small digital camera with splits with a splash. You can do it, and it's you don't need all this expensive gears to have really big, nice, and beautiful photos.
Yeah, definitely a tip to all the people out there who are interested in taking photos. Rather spend your money on some training on how to use your camera than buying the most expensive camera right away. Makes more sense. Photos are probably going to come out better afterwards. Yeah, favorite specialty. I mean, there's so many specialties to talk about, isn't it? So, okay, we talked about your favorite specialty, Tanja. Now in your shop, I mean, you have the dive center. What is your most popular specialty and why do you think it is?
I would say it's nitrox, probably. Nitrox, deep diving as well, as I mentioned already, but nitrox is for sure one of the most popular ones. So whoever doesn't have a nitrox course yet, we could talk about all the reasons why you should dive with nitrox. Most of the divers, they think about it and they end up doing a nitrox course. It just gives you more bottom time, so you can just stay longer in the depth. So not that you go deep with nitrox, but you can just stay longer on 220 meters and you find a lot of nice stuff over there. You just want to spend more time over there. That's normally the moment when they end up doing a nitrox course.
100% agree, especially in Egypt, where the water's so warm, it's so bright. You know, when I'm currently in Austria, if you go in the lake, you don't want to be very deep, very long. It's not something that is particularly enjoyable. But if you're in Egypt, where the water's warm, you just need to be in a 3 millimeter long wetsuit, because I personally don't like anything less, but you just need to be in that. It's so warm, it's always bright. Even when you're on 26 meters, it's still bright, you can still see things. Then nitrox is a must-have. How about you, Mohamed? What's in your dive center? What's popular there? Probably also nitrox, but what else?
Actually, we have the same nitrox and deep. Like divers really like to do both of them. But also what is really popular in our diving center is advanced adventurer, because people like to try. So we give them the opportunity to try 5 dives, like could be night, could be deep. They could choose it by their own. And navigation, so they can decide what specialty they do like to continue with. So advanced adventure program also is very popular in our diving center. And in addition, of course, nitrox and deep. People like to dive deeper. People like to stay longer, so they dive with nitrox.
Yeah, that's why I guess the combination of the two is also makes so much sense, because if you have nitrox, you can now go deeper and stay longer, but now obviously you want to learn about it. So these two, in my opinion, are probably the dream team. It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
It's also funny. I mean, an interesting one also means where your dive center is makes a big factor in this, because let's say you're close to a very famous wreck. I mean, you obviously also probably do some wreck dives, do you? Seldom.
Yeah, seldom, because the wreck is not so close to us. So
yeah.
Don't have,
Yeah, for example, but I mean, wreck is one that usually gets really popular on training centers close to wrecks. I mean, it makes sense. It's very difficult to wreck specialty without a wreck. Then there's other options, like if you now do your open water course in Iceland in the very cold water, then you might add dry suit to it right away. It would make a lot of sense. But in Egypt, I 100% agree. It makes so much sense to do both deep and nitrox at the same time. Okay, Tanja, I'm going to ask you next. If somebody's thinking about becoming a pro, or even just thinking to think about becoming a pro, so maybe you're an open water diver, maybe you're at home, like we said earlier, and you're thinking of starting a new career, what tips would you give them, or what would you tell them where to start?
But for sure, quite a lot of different options. I personally would suggest, if you have the opportunity to go for an internship, if you say you're an advanced or an open water diver, you sit at home and you want to have a career change, that's for me the way to go. So you work for a dive center, you learn everything step by step, you grow in this dive center and you see all the different aspects of a dive center. It's not like you just go there as a guest and you do one course after the other, which is also an option. But yeah, you're in the middle of it. And an internship, it's a nice way to get a lot of experience, to learn from different instructors, to see different aspects. I think you get a lot of know-how even in a very short time.
100% agree. Internships are such a great option, especially when it comes to really you wanting to make diving instructor your career, or even if you're thinking about opening your own dive center at some point, because if you do an internship, you learn the things that might not particularly also come up in some of the courses. You also get more contact to customers. You learn a little bit more how to speak to customers. It makes you feel much more comfortable to speak to customers. You learn other things. You learn how to use a compressor. You learn how to do all the things that really become part of a dive center. You get a day-to-day use of the My SSI system. You get to use your app so much. And it's just a lot of information that you gets packaged in a way where you can just take it in very easily. And internships are such a safe way because you're always protected by the dive center, by your teaching instructor. So you get to try out your own things, but at the same time, there's always somebody looking over your shoulder, making sure you're safe and you can feel comfortable trying out new things. So that's why I think internships are such a great idea. I guess you can do internships in your center, can you, Tanja?
Yeah, you can. We do for sure 1 a year, maybe 2, depends a little bit on how many divers which are interested in that. We have a program here over 6 months. It depends also a little bit on where you start. If you start with an open water, you have to do all the specialties. If you have already a few, then your way is a little bit different. But our next internship is going to start in around February. We do a 6 months internship, and at the end you can even do your ITC, your instructor course here in the dive center. So you learn everything from scratch, and even you end up with your, hopefully with your instructor certification at the end of it.
That sounds amazing. And I mean, Egypt is such a good place to become an instructor and to build up your career. Because again, we talked about it, warm water, amazing visibilities. The water is generally pretty calm, which is not something that you have in every country. So the conditions are just almost too perfect, which is beautiful. So Mohamed, what is your tip to any new diver thinking of becoming a pro?
Well, I think his experience comes with more dives and specialties, of course. He just need to keep himself updated, just read and have the practice and the knowledge. And it's very good if he has a chance to dive with more than one dive guide. Like go with this one, learn from him, the briefing, the guiding way. He could learn also from the guides how the navigation skills. So it's good if he can, or if he has a chance to do it. For the dive guides as well, who are willing to make their ITC or becoming open water instructor, it's always good if they have the chance to go with the instructors, different instructors to the pool and look how they teach and how. So this is how they can get the experience, and the experience is really necessary.
Yeah, no, 100%. I mean, I guess you can really follow the SSI Diver Diamond Day a little bit, where you do need to, where experience and skills is such a big part of becoming a complete diver. And that just really is the philosophy of SSI, but also just the philosophy of every good diver out there. So even if it's not with SSI, to be a good diver, you need to follow those few little things. Before we continue, we have a hello? Yeah? Is it my internet? I'm here in Austria, in Africa. I'm based in South Africa. In Africa, my internet's great. I don't know what's going on here. So, Mohamed, what do we see? What do we see here in this picture? It's not me then. Tanja, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear it.
Okay, he's frozen. I guess we tell it then. This looks like an evaluation process.
Yeah.
This is what you have to go through underwater when showing off your skills. When you become a professional, obviously you have to be able to perform professional level skills. And this is basically how it looks from the instructor trainer point of view, right, Tanja?
Yes. Yeah, you will spend a long time in the pool or in a confined water area, and you just practice the skills again and again and again.
Yeah, it's really important that. So let me continue. Okay, I'm gonna jump over. it's all the photos of beautiful flamenco. Okay, this is a photo of your team, isn't it?
That's from us, yes. Yeah, you see, we're quite a big team over here. So if you do an internship, for example, with us, you have the chance to work with a lot of different people. You learn from everyone something different. That's also the way how I really enjoy it, to get my know-how, to just listen to different instructors and see what they are telling, and from everyone you pick the stuff you really like, and you get your course together afterwards.
And that is very true, and I think a very beautiful point you just made is that in a dive center, and especially going through an internship, you get the information from so many different people, and sometimes instructors or people that help out in the dive center, people that drive the boat. You learn how to help people out of the boat, like random things that obviously are not part of an instructor course, but are so important. Yeah. So that is very beautiful, and having such a great team. So I guess if you guys want to out there, anybody, you want to become an intern with SSI and with extra divers, you can obviously go and message Tanja.
Yeah, that's one of our frogfish. There was a picture of our house reef. At the moment, it's something really special. We have so many different frogfish on our house reef. I never experienced that in Egypt before. We have like a green, a black, and we have a white one, and they're everywhere. I don't know. I think we have 4 or 5 different ones at the moment.
That's
on
really
our house reef.
interesting. Yeah, because I mean, I worked in Egypt for a year and I didn't see that. I mean, there was not that many frogfish. So, I mean, that's really amazing, and amazing for all the Mac divers out there. Okay, there we go.
And you see our unlimited adventures. SSI will provide unlimited adventures.
Exactly. And look at this warm, beautiful, clear water.
Yeah.
Egypt.
That was one picture of our last instructor course here. So we had beautiful warm water, a lot of fun, and looking forward to the next one already.
I mean, if you can do your instructor course in a shorty, that means a lot. Because we just said this, right? For the professional training, you spend a lot of time in the pool or in the confined water, which is very shallow, but it usually takes a lot of time. So it gets cold. So if you can do that in a shorty, that means a lot.
Yeah.
That's when you became an instructor trainer, isn't it?
Exactly. We were very exhausted after a lot of swimming, but you can see we had so much fun, and that's the beautiful part of an instructor course, or even if you become an IT. These courses, these professional courses, they make so much fun, and that was like one of my favorite impressions of this course. You become good friends during this time. It's
so
tough time and quite a big bonding.
So we have somehow lost Mohamed here, but I mean, that's fine. We can continue talking. See if he comes back in. Otherwise, we're gonna be fine. Yeah, but I agree. One beautiful thing, if anybody out there is really thinking of maybe looking into a career as a dive professional, it doesn't end at being an instructor or just becoming a dive guide or professional. There's really options. You can see Tanja, you're a base leader and instructor trainer, right? So that is a big opportunity. That is something that you don't need to finish when you're 35.
Yes. Even with 49, you can start your career and do all of that.
Yeah, exactly. With 49, we had the question right.
Yeah.
You can change and still become a dive pro. And there's options out there. You can go into base leading. You can go into really becoming a training center manager, opening your own training center, or you can do it like me and end up working for the training agency yourself. So there is definitely also, if you are more ambitious and you want to climb a career ladder, there is always an opportunity for you in diving, and it's something that you can definitely do and keep on doing until you retire and even after retiring. I mean, there's a lot of people who become dive instructors or open their own centers in retirement. You know, there's lots of opportunities. Okay.
I would always say, for also people are asking about what's the latest age you can start your open water course, not even just a career as a dive pro. I always say, as long as you're fit enough, as long as you're healthy, just start with whatever age you like, and just have fun with it.
My personal oldest open water, and he had a certificate of his doctor, he had everything sorted out, was 73.
Yeah.
So definitely, and you can't even go older. So as long as you're healthy, you're 100% correct. So Tanja, I'm going to get a bit more personal even. What's your favorite diving activity? What do you like to do the most for fun?
I love wreck diving. It's here a little bit far away. We just have the Salem Express, the closest one. But whenever I have the chance, I love wreck diving.
Yeah.
Mohamed is getting.
Yeah, he's coming back. Let's see if he can come in.
Yeah, so whenever I have some free time, I love to do some wreck dives.
Yeah,
just
the Salem is nice. It's great.
The history behind it, and
yeah, that's the cool thing. Every time you go for a wreck dive, you get a bit of a history lesson along with it.
Yeah,
so many different wrecks, and you learn how maybe they sank. You learn more on there's World War II wrecks, but then on the other hand, there's also wrecks that sunk 5 years ago. So yeah, that's really cool. Mohamed, you're back.
Sorry. Guys.
It's not just my internet, that's fine. Yeah. No worries, we kept it going. So I'm going to ask you right away then. So what's your own favorite personal diving activity?
So I would say teaching.
Teaching. Do you love to teach? That's only, I mean, that's nice. And that's great. So you see everyone out there, Mohamed loves to teach, and he made it his career, and now this is how you can be happy in your career.
It's nice to see that the satisfaction when the divers are able to do something after they have it, like perfect buoyancy. We teach them, and after the dive, they're very, very happy for it. This is great.
Yeah, and I mean, this never stops. Even me, like now, you really enjoy that new diver that was scared, and now you help them, and they're now happy in the water, and they love it more than anything. But on the other hand, when you then go to instructor and you now teach somebody to teach that new diver, and you show them how to become a good instructor, that is also still so amazing, and it's like gives you so much joy that really you can help somebody build their own career and enjoy their job for the rest of their lives. Okay, beautiful. That's amazing. I'm so glad you're back, Mohamed. Even though I enjoyed my chat with Tanja by myself even. Okay, I'm just gonna check. No, we don't have any more questions. We have a lot of people watching from all over the world that obviously enjoy listening to us. I have a last question for both of you. We're talking Egypt again. Or Egypt, or actually, no, it doesn't even matter. I want to know about your favorite dive site you've ever done. Can be anywhere in the world. Tanja, first.
Ooh, tricky one. There's so many nice ones. At the moment, I really enjoy actually our house reef because I love small stuff. I love critters, and with all these frogfish at the moment, I would say our El Kadim house reef. Probably that, and because I was talking about wreck diving, the other one would be probably Cyprus, the Zenobia. That's my most favorite wreck.
That's a beautiful one, that isn't it? Very cool. Mohammed, how about you?
We have two dive sites. I really enjoy them. One of them is Abu Sa'af. Actually, not many diving center, not many divers know it even. It's a very beautiful canyon system, and you really enjoy how it is. And the other dive site, I would say it's El Canisa. It's also not so far from our diving center. And in this dive site, you can have the seagrass with its sea turtles, and a little far from it, you just find the Nemo City, and then there's a drop off, so you can get like everything in one dive, which is really beautiful. I love it.
You get a bang for your buck. That means
Yes.
if you
All in one.
if you ever find yourself somewhere close to Mohammed and you only have time or money for one dive, now you know where you have to go.
Yeah. All in one.
All in one. That's amazing. Yeah, I mean, I like that too. And it's so difficult to choose a favorite dive site, guys, everyone out there, because, you know, dive sites, first of all, dive sites change in seasons. And also you start traveling and you maybe see a dive site now that's better than anywhere. But it always also depends on the day. Like you go, I'm that person, you know, when you go somewhere and generally there's always dolphins or there's always dugongs or there's always something, always, every time I go there, there's nothing.
Wow.
I'm that person, so nobody ever wants to take me. I'm the bad luck, but it's fine. I also like, you learn to like small stuff, don't you?
Your days come.
Okay, so before we go and before I'm going to say goodbye to you, I want to just ask you one more thing. If there's maybe to give me a quick, like a summary of what you think anybody out there that is thinking of becoming a pro or is thinking of even just advancing their career, what would be your quick summary and your tip? I'm going to say Tanja first.
Yeah, start with the specialties. Either start, as we said already, if you have the chance, go for an internship. Otherwise, start with the different specialties. Do it step by step. You mentioned you need navigation, you need the deep, you need nitrox, should be. You need your stress and rescue. So just go step by step, follow your dream, and then in the end, you end up being a pro. And even if it's already your dive guide course, because that's actually the first step of becoming a dive pro. So that's also an amazing course, which we haven't really talked about it today, but that's your first step on becoming then the pro. You start 100%. Working in dive centers, for example.
Yes, 100% agree. Thank you very much, Tanja. How about you, Mohammed? What do you have as a summary, as a quick tip for everyone, something that everybody should know?
Just to visit the next SSI diving center beside you. They will tell you how to go and how to reach your destination.
100%.
Yes.
And one more thing, one thing that is maybe worth mentioning, and the great thing about an organization like SSI is that you can really choose your path. And like Mohammed said, he likes underwater photography. If this is something you're interested in, then choose that as your next specialty. You can just go ahead, choose one specialty, and it just should suit what you want to do. Can be, if you're a free diver, it can be a free immersion specialty. If you're a scuba diver, it can be photography. Maybe you want to become a mermaid, but look at what fits you and what fits your need, and then just go for it. And no matter what specialty, yes, there are a few that are better for becoming a pro, but no matter what specialty, every single specialty will teach you something that will help you in your career as a professional. And later on, and one day, you might also be able to teach that same specialty and give that joy on to someone who is a new diver. 100%. I'm just thinking, what is my favorite specialty? I wouldn't even know. Maybe deep, because I like to teach it. Okay, just checking. We don't have any more questions. That was a nice one. 45 minutes is perfectly fine. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tanja. Thank you, Mohamed. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for helping me sharing this topic, because it's such an important one. And Egypt, for me personally, Egypt is literally the perfect destination to go. Not that anywhere is a wrong destination, but if I personally had the choice, I would choose warm water. that's just that person. That's why I went and invited you guys. And again, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Korea. Thank you, Tanja.
Yeah, thank you both. And it was a lovely Sunday afternoon with you guys. And Corina, just whenever you like, just come and visit us. Do some nice warm dives with us.
I'll come diving. Maybe I'll just squeeze a quick holiday in. Why not? Okay, thank you everyone for listening out there. If you have any questions, put it in our comments. Otherwise, make sure to check out all our other Scuba Sundays. And if you're ever interested in anything else, you can obviously always message SSI directly. We would love to really give you topics that you would like to hear. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your Scuba Sunday, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thank you.